Hello, my dear fellow galactic travelers. As Uranus moves into Gemini, I welcome you to a special 5-part series, a spiritual compass for the coming months. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, you can find the link below. I speak about the galactic astrology of both the summer solstice and Uranus entering Gemini, and I weave together both charts for this series. This is part 2, where I speak about systemic breakdown and inner realignment. We are witnessing a gradual shift in the world architecture that has shaped collective layers of life for decades and much longer. Some dissolve visibly, while others recede in influence over time. What once upheld control, hierarchy, and limitation, and was often woven so tightly into the world that its unraveling can feel like loss. The systemic breakdown and inner realignment is reflected by the astrology. It is a long arc through Pluto in Aquarius, a transit of 20 years that makes us aware of the distribution of power, our shared intelligence, and the evolution of systems through death and rebirth, collapse and opening. Pluto's current placement with fixed star Altair in Aquila, the Eagle constellation, offers a deeper layer of perception, the ability to see beyond surface shifts and the beginning of working with the emerging patterns. Haumea, the asteroid presently very active in Scorpio and square Pluto, draws our attention to regenerative processes. Not so much about immediate change. Haumea and Pluto are not so much about that, but about deep reorganization through release and reintegration. Our bodies, who are attuned to listen through the rhythm and subtle shift, remember and recognize this frequency of renewal, because there is a deeper intelligence that begins to guide the way through resonance, and we have to let our outdated concepts go for good. The shift is predominantly felt through our nervous system, the way we make decisions or how we upkeep our identities. This might feel less clear in the next half year. That's why recalibration of the nervous system is so important now, so we remain fluid, alert, and responsive to the massive changes. Observe, don't absorb is key here. Let your inner world become your first reality. Haumea, conjunct the Shapley Attractor, speaks of a life shaped by profound inner clarity and natural sense of alignment with the greater unfolding of things. The meeting of those two forces draws our souls toward experiences that are both deeply personal and transformative, and invite us to live our so-called truth through the body and through the way we contribute to the world around us. Haumea is a steady current of regeneration of our essence, and the Shapley Attractor holds a point of strong gravitational focus and gathers all aspects of the self into coherence. Together, they encourage us to act from what is real, to live without pretending, and to allow our way of being to serve in a deeply human, creative way, both beautiful and true. Ixion, a Kuiper belt object forms key aspects at this time as well and links us to the karmic wheel of repetition and revelation. And second, opportunity. His role in this cosmic game is to invite us to explore the deeper layers of choice and pause for discernment. Repeating a cycle is possible. So is stepping out of the cycle into a spiraling movement of evolution, more attuned to clarity and less to impulse. And our asteroid friend Chaos, conjunct the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer, supports access to the original field of our primordial creative potential. Chaos is not talking about confusion. It is the void in which creativity is born, stabilized on one hand through our natural intelligence, and on the other hand through awareness of patterns within ourselves and the new forms that want to take shape in most elegant fractal patterns that unfold at the pace of our souls. Taken together, these alignments support a shift in how we choose our direction. The emphasis moves from adapting to what is no longer viable to attuning to what holds coherence. We are presented with a choice point here as the human collective. This transition happens anyway. It does not have to be dramatic. It is more about consistency and the frequency of inner coherence with inevitable fundamental change. And this is where many will begin to notice a personal revolution that is not performative and not externalized. It is more subtle, and you might feel it in the long-form change of your work, your commitments, and the way you structure life. The system of the past were vertical, and some say the emerging world is horizontal. I say this unfolding reality emerges through web, spiral, and field. It appears in constellations of community, in circles of creative emergence, in the living frameworks of trust and attunement. I am just stepping out of my online retreat, the 12 Nights of Wonder, which I celebrate twice a year with my community, aligned with the solstices, the major year turning points, and are designed to support this field of reorganization. Their purpose is to hold a space where resonance within the time quality can be heard more clearly. Here we listened for the future and build the foundations through the quality of our presence. Two key questions my participants are presently answering, and I invite you to do the same, is or are, even amidst the uncertainty or discomfort, where do you sense transformation happening in your life or around you? And how are you navigating your own personal revolution right now? If you feel drawn to answer these questions more deeply, come and join me in a 3-month process starting now. The 12 nights portal is echoing until autumn equinox, so you have 10 to 12 weeks from now to get your project off the ground if you are a spiritual entrepreneur. If you are looking for clarity, structure, and depth, if you want to make your vision visible and want to show yourself as leader of your soul mission, then this is for you. And also, If you feel like you are more a spiritual seeker in transition, and I believe me, I know what this is. If you are a spiritual seeker who is looking for inner guidance and peace, who is ready to follow your heart's path and want to strengthen your inner guidance, then this is for you too. The link for the 3 months is in the description below. I look forward to seeing you on part 3, where I talk about the seismic reconfiguration of global leadership and Earth herself in the next half year.